Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, I'm going to be reviewing another old horror film. Yes, it's cheaply made, at least compared to the movies nowadays anyway. But, it's what I do, reviewing old stuff. You know folks, I was around for quite some time, so it makes sense. So anyway, the film I'm going to be talking about is the one titled Flesh and The Fiends, which was also titled as this, and also it was titled as this as well, and also it was titled as this. Why does this have so many different titles? I don't know. I'm just gonna stick by this title, folks. So anyway, okay. Oh, well, thank you, Air Force. Hey, don't be flipping me off now. That's some good stuff, man. Gotta buy more. Anyway, as usual, let's get into the plot, shall we? So here we go. Yeah. So in this film, folks, this medical doctor type character, let's just say he does purchase human corpses for research from this murderous pair, and let's just say it does get pretty damn crazy. I mean, it already sounds pretty crazy. By the way, folks, before I go on further, from what I heard, is that there's more than one version of this film, so I'm definitely reviewing one of these versions, I guess. But okay, aside from that, taking place in 1828, Scotland, there's this doctor who is this highly skilled individual, and let's say he just draw large crowds of the medical students to his lectures on the human body. Because of course, as if this entire thing wasn't freaky as it is. But anyway, though he is consistently at odds with some people, with colleagues or whatever, he is highly valued to some extent, I guess. And there's a whole bit with his students, of course, and believes that his duty is to push the medical profession forward in some sort of degree in one way or another. Let's just say, however, the thing is that, unfortunately, due to the laws at that time, there's very few things that be legally available for the medical position. So like a certain use of certain things and whatnot. So what he may be doing may be considered legally wrong and morally wrong to some extent, I guess you can say. So this kinds of stuff comes into play, along with the whole idea with, him pursuing additional specimen. And of course, just the whole thing with his assistant, and along with this young student, given the task of buying the bodies, which are worth a small fortune, especially when fresh. So let's just say things continue to get more crazier and more wilder as it goes. It's a horror movie, you would expect it to happen. So of course, it's going to get rather weird, which does happen, of course. But let's just say that things do get rather crazy. You can say he's some sort of surgeon or whatever, and he does this medical research on these individuals. He buys from these people without questioning the unethical methods in which these individuals will obtain the bodies. It's a let alone or whatever. So let's just say that, like I said, there's been more than one version, of course. But anyway, let's just say it does have quite a bit craziness throughout the entire movie. And I can say, for the version I'm watching, I did like what I had seen, because it's pretty bizarre, I guess you can say. I really did like that. I like the craziness and whatnot. The film knows what it's trying to do, of course, obviously. But you can say that film does open with a atmospheric tone and whatnot. And I did like it. It's really praiseworthy and achievement in the sense that it does have a pretty grim atmosphere tone throughout the entire movie, which of course I can actually appreciate. I like the way it was shot, the way it was framed, the way it was directed when it comes to everything was framed and whatnot, folks. It was definitely really nicely put together as a whole, because I did like the scenery. The scenery here was really nice, I can say that. On top of that, the acting is actually really good. Yes, I realize that horror films, especially when it comes to the low-budget features, aren't exactly known for their acting, but I do realize that, fortunately enough, the acting here is actually quite convincing from everybody, especially from the main character who plays this doctor type of individual. His acting is really well done in this degree, folks. So I did like that. So the acting is really nice. The dialogue is pretty good. Yeah. The dialogue is actually quite well written. Again, I do realize when it comes to the cheaply made horror films that dialogue is something that they're not really known for, but thankfully the dialogue in this is actually quite good as well. So quite a bit of effort that was actually done here. So much appreciated. Much appreciated in that regard too, folks. So in that regard, I have no complaint. And this film does have some decent production value, especially considering the fact it's quite old. So yeah, there's that. While yes, okay, this doesn't have the biggest budget like a lot of the movies from modern day, but I still ended up liking it anyway because it's a pretty good story. Regardless of genre, that's always important for me, folks. A good story. Look, pretty interesting characters and whatnot, so there's not really nothing I can complain about, really, folks. It was on a fast pace, so I was never bored, really. So yeah, it did what it's supposed to do. So, like I said, no real complaints from me at all. I did like with what with what they were aiming for. I did like that, of course. So it was pretty good. I like the direction. I mean, in a sense that they knew what they were doing and just went for it. So while this may not be everybody's cup of tea, really, because it might seem too bizarre for some folks, but all in all, I'll give this a watch anyway because this was made back when horror movies were good. Oh boy, folks. Yeah, I'm a top secret agent. I'm over 100 years old. I mean, I don't look it, I know, but still, I remember back in the day. Back in the day, yeah, yeah. The new horror movies don't do it for me, really. I mean, there's a few exceptions, of course, obviously, but still, for the most part, Well, anyway, I'll give this an overall rating of a 7.3 out of 10. I give this a 7.3 out of 10 for me. And as always, thanks for watching, and take care. Until next time, see ya. Oh yeah. Later.